Barbara Eden is a name that instantly brings back memories of classic television, timeless charm, and a smile that defined an era. And today on eGossip 3.0, we're taking a deeper look at why her legacy continues to spark fascination decades later. So stay with us until the end for the full picture. Most people first fell in love with Barbara as the magical and playful Jeannie on I Dream of Jeannie, a role that made her a household name and cemented her place in television history. But beyond the familiar pink harem pants and whimsical storylines, Barbara Eden lived a full and multifaceted life, one that included bold photo sessions that surprised many fans and added new layers to her public image. Some of these photographs, especially those featuring minimal or revealing outfits, have circulated for years, prompting curiosity, discussion, and admiration. To understand them, it's important to remember that Barbara Eden was never just a pretty face. She was a talented actress, singer, and performer who built a career spanning more than 6 decades. From television to film to live stage performances, she earned her success through dedication and skill. When Barbara posed for daring photographs, she wasn't abandoning her wholesome image, she was expanding it. These images showed a confident, self-assured woman who was comfortable expressing different sides of herself. For fans who only knew her as the sweet and magical Jeannie, seeing these photos was surprising at first. The contrast between the innocent television character and the glamorous, bold woman in front of the camera felt striking. But that contrast is exactly what makes them meaningful. They remind us that Barbara Eden, like all people, contained multitudes. One of the most striking elements in these photos is her confidence. Even in revealing outfits, she appears relaxed, poised, and completely in control. These weren't images driven solely by trends or shock value. They were expressions of self-confidence and individuality. Many of the photos were taken during the 1960s and 1970s, a period when Hollywood was experimenting with fashion, photography, and image-making. Studios often encouraged stars to push boundaries, but Barbara didn't simply follow directions. She embraced the artistic spirit of the time and made it her own. Today, fans continue to search for these images, curious not just about the photos themselves, but about the era they represent. Barbara's pictures act like a time capsule, capturing the hairstyles, makeup, and fashion of the period while also highlighting her timeless appeal. Beyond the surface glamour, these photos symbolize something deeper. At a time when women often had limited control over their public image, Barbara Eden demonstrated that it was possible to be glamorous, bold, and dignified all at once. She showed that a woman could take ownership of how she presented herself to the world. Despite the attention and scrutiny that came with fame, Barbara handled it with grace. She continued to work, perform, and live life on her own terms, balancing professionalism with personal expression. In the end, these photos are just one chapter in Barbara Eden's extraordinary story. They remind us that she is more than a single role or a single image. She is a woman who lived boldly, embraced creativity, and inspired generations. Whether remembered for her television magic or her daring photo shoots, Barbara Eden remains unforgettable. This is eGossip 3.0, and her story proves that beauty, talent, and confidence truly go hand in hand.